What's up, Mascoutah? It's another episode of Tribe Talk.
I'm Dak Marius Tack Trucks, foods room legend and aspiring chemist.
And I'm Hingle McCringleberry, former Tribe Talk legend and aspiring forklift certified crochet artist.
Now, let's send it over to Will and Landon with some Black History Month coverage.
Hey Mascoutah, it's Will, and for this week's episode of Tribe Talk, I wanted to talk about the month we just entered, February, but more importantly, about Black History Month. Each week on Tribe Talk, we're going to be spotlighting a historical figure who has played a key role in African American history. As a history buff myself, I can't wait to see what's being held in store for us. Now, I was lucky enough to interview a couple students about their thoughts on Black History Month and African American history as well. Could you state your name and your grade?
My name's Kimara Burnett. I'm a senior.
My name is Remy Williams, and I'm a senior.
Do you believe we learned about African American history enough?
No, I don't. I think that the United States education system kind of like whitewashes.
I believe that we don't learn enough that we should. We're always learning the same thing. We're always learning about Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and then Martin Luther King, and then those are basically the main three that we learn about every month or every February.
Who is somebody that you think we should learn about for Black History Month?
Shirley Chisholm. She was like one of the first elected politicians in the United States. Black one, yeah. She was the first black politician elected.
Somebody that I think we should learn more about is definitely Huey Newton. He's like one of the top people for the Black Panthers. He was definitely an interesting person. The Black Panthers in general is just an overall interesting group to learn about.
What does Black History Month mean to you?
I don't think it's more of a me thing. I think it's like a universal kind of thing where like people in the Black community, they could just come together and celebrate their ethnicity, I guess. Yeah.
What Black History Month means to me is it's just another month to express myself. It's just a month so that other African Americans like myself can be proactive and speak out for anything else. You can do that for any other month, but February just stands out since it's
What if I told you our sports team's got that dog in them?
Indeed they do, Hingle. Today's sports sponsorship is First Priority.
First Priority is a club where students and faculty come together to talk about the Bible and Christianity.
Meetings are held every Thursday at 7 a.m. in Mr. Schmidt's room. Meetings consist of reading and discussing scripture.
Now let's take it back to Heidi to keep this show moving.
Good morning and happy Friday, Mascoutah. Today I'm going to be interviewing some EAT Athletes of the Week. EAT stands for Energy, Attitude, and Toughness. If you are a sport that is in season, you could be chosen for this award. Today I'll be talking to
Trevor Pence.
Trevor. Why do you think you were chosen for the EAT award?
I don't know. Can I think about this?
I'll give you a second.
Well, I'm very supportive of my teammates, and when everyone, they tend to get off track a couple times, I kind of just bring them back together.
Good answer, good answer. What drives you to do the best in your sport?
Definitely my friends, known them for years, and just wanted to go out on a good note.
All right, and finally, what is your number one pump-up song?
Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars.
You want to sing a bit for us?
I'm good. You can do that.
I'm okay. Next up, another EAT Athlete of the Week is
KJ.
KJ. Why do you think you were chosen for EAT Athlete of the Week?
I think I bring a lot of energy to the team. Like when I'm on the court, I'm on the bench, I always have the team pumped up. So I think I would display energy.
I would agree. What drives you to do the best in your sport?
My family is my motivation. And my mom, she pushes me a lot. She works hard. So I look up to her, and I use that energy to do better and be a better person.
Okay, final question. What is your number one pump-up song?
Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Okay.
You could say they ate this season.
They sure did, Hingle.
Now let's go ahead and take it to some features to close out the show.
Stepping or step dancing is a percussive African American dance performed in a group with clapping and stomping to make a beat. Here are some shots of the step team performing.
I said move.
This week's club spotlight is over No Place for Hate and the STEP team. No Place for Hate and the STEP team are clubs that focus on spreading positivity and eliminating the hate with inspiring and spreading messages about different cultures. We don't want to be like the kids on the screen, Mascoutah. Let's be like this young man right here. He's all about positivity. Anyway, let's take it over to Mrs. Whiteside, one of the sponsors of No Place for Hate, to learn more about this amazing club. What is No Place for Hate?
Hello, so No Place for Hate is a program that's for all students in Mascoutah High School, just so you know that. Everyone's welcome. When we first started this program, the plan was that we kind of tackle some of the issues on our campus that sometimes we don't have a chance to really talk about or have events that reflect how we're trying to bring students together. So that was one of the things that we wanted to do. So just to kind of give you a little bit of understanding, No Place for Hate is a year-long student-led school climate improvement that fits our school's unique culture and needs. This program is a school-wide initiative that involves students and teachers that work to make Mascoutah an inclusive school where all students feel like they can thrive. We first start off the year with our school-wide pledge. A lot of you guys have taken part in that. We plan activities, we kind of create committees. We plan other activities throughout the school year, things for anti-bullying, things to combat hate, and also we want to make sure we're inclusive to all students.
Are there any special events, fundraisers, or other activities members can participate in?
So our activities on campus are, we've been building those. We've had like a slight change of things because of COVID. So we're really trying to get back running with all the programs that students have talked about that they want on campus. So definitely feel free to come be a part of any of our activities, whether you've been to a meeting or not, come on out. First of all, we'd like to start the school year with our pledge, where students have kind of signed the pledge to be fair, be honest, to don't bully, things like that. And so that's kind of like our kickoff in August. We then try to do things with cultures, because we want students to know about all the different cultures. A lot of times that tends to bring in a lot of our bullying on campus because people are not aware of other people's backgrounds, and just knowing a little something about them really makes a big difference to realize, hey, we're all part of the same game. And we also like to do things, we're planning, this is our big shebang here. Right now we're planning an activity for TikTok. So all you TikTokers out there, we have like an anti-bullying initiative that we're going to basically start up in the month of February and end in March. And if you are a great person with TikTok and you got these little dances and moves and things, this is for you. Okay, so tell us, what is anti-bullying? So we'll give you more information about that coming soon. And also our next major initiative, we really want to start to let our community know more about what No Place for Hate is. We are going to partner with our middle school students. We're going to have this big shebang in March where we normally call it our Women's March. We want to make this more of our community march, where we all kind of come out, everybody comes out and put their tennis shoes on. We march for the cause and things like that, and we make it a big shebang. So that's something definitely more students can get involved in that as well. And normally we like to end the year off with just having fun activity.
What is a STEP team? How is it associated with No Place for Hate?
Our No Place for Hate, we happen to have a STEP team, and the STEP team is open for any student that has a foot, a leg, and can stomp. And so the STEP team was really kind of put together for students of any background, any grade level, any sex, whatever, to come together and actually put together a routine and step. It doesn't take any talking. All it does is taking kids uniting. And so that's kind of like where our STEP team is, the foundation of that, just bringing students together and being able to show their steps together and how it creates unity, because the steps have to be together. But as a school, we can do the exact same thing.
What is your message to high schoolers and others in general to prevent hate?
Unfortunately, we have a lot of students that experience bullying on this campus, whether it be for whatever reason it may be. It can be the way they look, it can be their size, it can be their gender, it can be their ethnicity, different things. kids can sometimes be mean, students can be mean, and we want to try to find ways to prevent that. And most of all, we want to make sure students get educated. And we also want to have those conversations. And I think one of the things No Place for Hate is trying to accomplish over the years is starting to have some of those deeper, tougher discussions that I think opens the door for students to understand each other better. And then to me, the more we understand each other, the easier it is for us to actually get along. And then this school becomes a more inclusive place. More kids feel like they want to be here, and we definitely become the school of choice.
If you are interested in joining No Place for Hate or being part of the STEP team, please contact Mrs. Whiteside, Mrs. Ortega, Joshua Thomas, or join the Google Classroom for more information. Let's see what else Tribe Talk has to offer.
Let's stop the hate, y'all. You know it. Now let's go ahead and take it to some features to close out the show.
Welcome back, Indians, to your weekly sports report.
To kick things off, wrestlers went to MVC duels last Saturday at Civic Memorial and had a good run. With wrestlers coming to an end, they go to regionals this Saturday. Be sure to be on the lookout for more information regarding regionals.
Last week, our girls basketball team took on the Waterloo Bulldogs and came out with a score of 68-63, securing the game in overtime with another conference win. Great job, ladies. Our boys followed right afterwards against the Bulldogs and came on top with a final score of 49-40, with Quincy Hall scoring 19 of those points. Way to go, Indians. On Saturday, our boys faced off against the Eureka Hornets in the Pinckneyville Shootout and secured yet another win with Miles Entekop dropping 19 points. Be sure to wish our boys good luck as they take on Jerseyville in the MVC matchup.
As for bowling, let's take it on to Derek with the bowling team and Braden West.
Thank you, Jaden. In case you didn't know, boys bowling went to state last Friday and took third place overall. They fell short behind first place Salem with an average of 211.8 and O'Fallon with an average of 208.6. Out of 60 games, Mascoutah averaged a 208.5, only 8 pins away from second place. Shout out to Carter Burrell and Braden West, who individually finished in 9th and 10th place. Carter Burrell averaged with a 215.1, while Braden West averaged with a 214.8. Congratulations to the bowling team and all their hard work. Now let's take it to Braden West himself.
It's probably just the love for the sport, because I've been bowling since I was like 4. Just something I started kind of just for fun, and I just like really grew into it and just loved like the competitive scene and just always wanted to be better and just keep growing and like always just have that with me and just always practice. It was just always been something I loved. I think my favorite memory though this season was probably our state finish, because going into day 2 I think we were in 4th, and then like after the first like half we got pushed down into 6th, and instead like really like everybody was kind of down, but instead of like giving up, we like really fought back, and like our energy and just like the energy and scene of it, just pushing back and putting ourselves back into the top 3 finish, which is the best in state, like our school history. That was just like amazing to me, and just everybody's energy and all that, it can't be matched. And then my favorite part I think of being on the team is probably just all the people I've met, all the connections I've made with everybody, like not even just on our team. Like I've met so many other people on different teams and just like around the state. It's just like bonding with them and meeting people, connecting and challenging each other to be better. And like, it's just something that you can't really recreate with much else. It's like the best part of sports is really meeting people and just bonding and competing to be better.
Thank you for tuning in this week for Tribe Talk.
Make sure to stay safe
and stay classy, Mascoutah.